What's up, world? Right now, we are locked in the middle of an exclusive album premiere from the Crystal Method, listening to Scott Kirkland's The Trip Home, his first solo album as the Crystal Method since his partner, Ken, retired not too long ago. But Scott, I gotta know, as you were approaching this album, how did you feel with it being your first solo album as the Crystal Method?
I kind of felt like I was being backed into a corner with the shrinking attention span of everyone. Now you can scroll through stuff instantaneously. And so I, again, dealing with algorithms where you had to hit certain things to make people, not skip, and all these different things that artists now are dealing with. I just said, I reject all those things. So I wanted to make a record that was organic and that was patient, and it was, I wanted to tell a story in an album form. I mean, I know that there are more people that are Spotifyers who like to randomize their life with skipping and all that. But I also know there's a certain segment of the population like myself who still have a nostalgia sort of appreciation for the album format, storytelling. Again, being more into the scoring world over the last 5 or 10 years, that, of course, seeped into the process as well, because making it more of a cinematic sort of, sound was part of the plan, or at least the goal anyway.
Right on. So you do a lot of collaborations. I mean, that's been something that I've done for a long time with all of your albums. How do you go about figuring out who to collaborate with? I mean, are you approaching people? Or are they approaching you? Do you sometimes collaborate with people and then you figure out, what, this isn't really working, sorry, or...
Yeah, no, that's happened in the past, and most of the collaborations, if not all of them, that have been the most positive as far as the output plus the interaction, those were more natural, more like, hey, met somebody somewhere, like the Modest Yahoo collaboration from Divided by Night. We were at a festival up in Whistler, up in Canada, and Modest Yahoo came over to our tent and said, hey, I'd love to jump up and freestyle over one of your songs. And so we played him a couple things, and he really gravitated towards High Roller, which is, of course, one of the tracks off of Vegas. Down-tempo, breakbeat driven track, and it just blew my mind when he came out. He had such a great tone and this spirituality sort of, just kind of freestyling over, this more agitated backbeat sort of driven track. So, when we were making the album, we specifically went in and made a track that we felt that would be good for him, and then sent it to him, and he sent back magic, and we were open. First of all, he was open to collaborate with a couple guys he didn't know at a festival, in Canada, because he was, that was his vibe. And
well, I mean, don't sell yourself short. I mean, you are the Crystal Method. I mean, come on.
well, I mean, even being, very humble and being in the moment, appreciating the experience, I got wrapped up into it like a fan, and and took away so much from that, even 9 months later, we were able to sort of pull together for a track because there was so much magic in that one moment. So there's, Tom Morello, a similar situation where we met through a mutual friend. You hang out. Matt Lang is on this new album with my mate Justin. So, Matt is a big Tool fan, and when we were collaborating, I said, hey, maybe should we get Justin to play bass on it? So,
yeah. So speaking of Tool, I'm a big Tool fan. It's my favorite band by far, and you did a tour with them, and I would love to hear about that. What was that experience like?
That Tool tour really, I was woke after that. Because I initially where I was going to be front of house, but then they were like, no, we put you on stage, and I had to come up with a rig that looked sexy up on that stage, and and all those things came together, and I had a great deal of fun. But for 8 shows, I had to go out in front of 3,000 to 10,000 people, and I had to hold my own and be confident and exude the attitude that stop people from sending beer cans at my head. So,
I think that says a lot for, like I was saying, about how much your music crosses over between different audiences and connects with so many different types of people. The fact that you can go up in front of an audience, let's be honest, Tool's fans can be kind of obnoxious sometimes, and I'm one of them, so they can be a little picky, and the fact that you can go up there as a quote unquote electronic music artist and hold your own, that's an achievement, man. Rock on.
It really, again, one of those other foundation bricklaying events that get me to the next step. I'm super excited about it. I've got another track with Justin on the next album, and it's going to be a fun couple of years for sure.
All right, well, right on, world. We will be back with Scott Kirkland very soon, but we're going to continue with this listening session of his album, The Trip Home. You are tuned into UMF Radio.